Welcome back, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and welcome back to your need reads. Before I start that, I just want to let you know that another gratitude journal is now complete, the one for December. Yeah, I'm going fast, aren't I? So this one for December is ready. So if you would like one, it is in a 365 format, and this is a 35-day format. This is the back of it. Let it snow. Of course, it's for Christmas. Yes, I know, not everybody celebrates, but the decorations are beautiful, you guys, regardless if you celebrate Christmas. They're red and green for me. They do it. That's why I put my candles red and green today, just because I just love it. This is a wicker chair. It's 1 year that I don't really remember. I think it was 2017, actually, where I took a really nice kind of shot like this. I was going to do postcards for the family, and I never ended up doing that. So I'm happy to share it on my, for my gratitude journal. The very best part of it, though, is, as I told you, my mom passed away. It's been a year, a little bit over a year. It was July of 2020, and she sent me this. He's a Texas Santa, okay, because she was in Texas, and he is on the picture here, so I'm very happy about that. So this is this is a journal, and the Let It Snow in the background. That's one of the decoration that was on the trees. That's a close-up of it. So I decided to do that. I'm also going to have a great journal coming out, and it's going to be for 2022. This one, I'm going to try and get it out for within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to really work hard on it for you guys. As well, this can be offered up as gift. I'm going to try and make that one just a hardcover, and it's going to be yearly hardcover. So it's going to be for the year 2022 that you can give to somebody as a gift. I'm going to try, it's really just figuring out what I want to put on the cover of it to make it meaningful and beautiful for the upcoming year. And you can offer it to maybe the most difficult person in your life, so that if they write down what they're grateful for every single day, maybe their attitudes will be better. Or you can just give it to somebody you really, really love, so that you can help them uplift their energy over the course of the year. All right, so we're going to get to the reading, because that's why you're here, guys. The Knight of Swords. This is from the Nordic Tarot. Also in the link below, I have affiliate links that helps the channel as well. Get a little something if you use them. This is a card of spontaneity. Okay, Nordic Tarot is beautiful. It has a lot of like wintry type scenes, because winter here is coming, as you can tell by sweater season and all of that. I needed to pull another card with it. I wanted to pull a challenge card before I meditated on it. There's quite a bit of things that came through. First of all, this card, it wasn't the first time this card came out in the last couple of days. In a pre-shuffle, the Knight of Swords came out. I think it was yesterday or the day before, but I wasn't too sure, so I put it back, and then I shuffled with intention, and one of the cards came out, and we talked about that. That's fantastic. But since it came out again, I always take that as a sign that Spirit meant what they were saying. I had a choice. They gave me the choice again. The Knight of Swords is about spontaneity, but it's also about rushing in where angels fear to tread. That's my card. That's my definition for this card every time I see it. It's the Knight of Swords. He's like, yeah, let's go. You know, both barrels. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's fly. Let's go. And then I pulled this card in rejection. The word rejection came out, and I knew instantly what that meant, because I had a very intense message come a couple of days ago about shaking your tail feather, Pisces. Okay, that means being your authentic self. And what else came out? So what would you do if you thought no one was watching, and you would never be judged by what you love doing or love the way you were acting? Okay. And this is what they want us to look at. And the fact that the card of rejection came out with it, I understood right away what Spirit's trying to say. For most of us Pisces, myself included, all our lives have been lived, especially if you've had a lot of things happen to you. We've liked to organize or plan things way ahead of time. The reason for it being is that we don't like surprises that are not happy ones, if you know what I mean. As for myself, I don't mind surprises. But I've planned a life that I haven't allowed a lot of surprises to happen, if you know what I mean. Because the surprises, the bad surprises that came in my life did enough damage to me that now I'm organized about everything that I do. And I've always acted a certain way. Not only for myself, but for the people around me. Even going into a room and making other people feel comfortable. Because I knew that there might be a chance that they might be uncomfortable. Okay? So a lot of you are going to resonate with this. As Pisces, we're empathic. We walk into a room, we sense people's energies. We try to make peace because making peace with those people makes peace with us. So we are not the Knight of Swords. I would say a big portion of us, especially if we've been damaged, are not the Knight of Swords. We won't be the ones to come in and just like a bull in a china shop break everything in the way that we are acting. The thing about it is that it is a double-edged sword. Sorry for the pun, you guys, because it's a sword energy. But the fact is that there is a plus side to being the Knight of Swords, is that you have a certain amount of spontaneity. Also, you can be your authentic self and kind of just like show up and be you, okay? And that comes into play. We try to be ourselves, but we are afraid to either be rejected or be hurt or be uncomfortable. Okay? It's not a comfortable place to be if you decide to be yourself and that doesn't appeal to everybody. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you who maybe are not struggling with this will say, I don't care what people think. I do whatever the heck I want. And that's okay. That's okay. But right now we're talking about more of just having a little more spontaneity in your life. For some of us, it will resonate in the fact that we've just got to bring back the spark. And I feel that Spirit is thinking that we hold back too much. Some people don't hold back enough, and some people hold back too much. And I think this is the side of the spectrum that they want us to really show. The fact that this card is also showing somebody who's painting, and it's almost like he's afraid that the paintings, I feel like the painters of the past, he's thinking, I'm not good enough. I'm never going to measure up to those people who came before me who were like the Van Goghs and the Monets and whatever. So he's feeling very rejected. He's afraid of being rejected because either he's going to feel like I'm not original enough, I'm not, authentic enough. So Spirit wants you to stop thinking along those terms, wants you to have more spontaneity in your life, and to stop comparing yourself or being afraid of rejection. Okay? So you got to bring that back. We're going to bring that back, Pisces, and that's what they want you to do. Be you, okay? And be a little less concerned with what people think. And you have the Queen of Pentacles and it's written growth right here. So that's exactly it. When you are not being who you're supposed to be or who you're meant to be, you're stunting who you're meant to be, okay? Some of us may have done it because we're in situations where we have people who have always told us, I know you as my father a lot, but he was military part of his life, so we had you have to do this a certain way, okay? If I had showed up like, with the unicorn horn and stuff, he would have looked at me like I lost my marbles, unless when I was a little girl. But if I had done it like now, he would have gone, alrighty. We live in a different world now, okay? And I know I keep bringing the unicorn thing in. I think I've got an obsession with it, but it's not, I don't like unicorns. I just like talking about it. When do you guys have an obsession with the unicorn if you keep bringing up? I'm seeing My Little Pony too. I don't know if that means anything to anybody here, but and I know I don't. When I was young, I had obsession with Barbie. Oh yeah, Barbie. Barbie, she was my chick. Yeah, oh yeah. So for somebody, I just like saying that because it just looks strange, right? You have a conformed set of rules, a conformed set of things. and then you show up almost blatantly, like, you know, kind of just laughing in the face of conformity and deciding to be completely yourself. Well, it's going to shake up a few things. The thing is that sometimes we need to have the pendulum swing the other way, because we've been so far on the restrictive side, the devil card, and feeling the devil, the restrictions, the being the Hierophant card, being stuck to belief system that was implemented, conditioned into you, that you have not taken a time to be enough of you, of who you really are within you. So it's very important. They wanted to bring that up, okay? And I feel that I may fit part of that credential as well, right? The Seven of Swords, betrayal, yeah. When that card came out right away, I felt like some of you, and this is kind of funny, but some of you may have tried to be yourself at one point, and been almost like shut down. That's what I'm feeling. I feel in the negative energy that at one point maybe some of you tried to be yourselves, tried to break out of the shell, and it didn't have, you didn't find the support that you thought you were going to, okay? And you felt very betrayed by that. That's what I feel. I feel like Spirit is saying you wanted to, you gave it a shot, and then suddenly it just, it didn't quite turn out the way you were hoping, and it kind of took the wind out of your sails. Absolutely. I feel like those swords pierced that sail, and that, you know, you came down. The wind died down. You weren't going anywhere anymore. It kind of just stopped you. Yeah. Yeah, and what I was thinking is that when it happened at that time, it was probably fated. In other words, and this is the Wheel of Fortune, and the word fate came through. So at the time that those things happened, maybe you needed a regimented sort of thing to happen. Maybe there were lessons for you to learn. Like I said, I'm a great big advocate of wherever you are in your life, you're meant to be. Whatever happens in your life, good or bad, was meant to be, because it got you to where you are here. So I feel that this is Spirit's explanation now, that even if you've tried something and it didn't quite pan out, at this point in time, if you are looking at this and you are listening to this, it's because Spirit wants you to try again, okay? They're telling you, you were at the point you were at when you were meant to be there. If the wind got out of your sails because there was something else you needed to be doing at that time, it doesn't mean that you were never fated to try again. The Wheel of Fortune is all about this, the wheel spinning in the direction that you want it to, okay? And the wheel is spinning in your favor. So the cycles are changing, and now it is time to embrace your authentic self. I feel that it might be as well that you've done the work that you needed to know more, first of all, who that is, the authentic self who needed to be here now, who needed, you know more of what you want. Maybe back then, if you were trying things because you just didn't really know who you were. You're just doing it because, well, you know, you wanted to try, but you weren't really sure. And that's okay too. But they're saying that now you have a lot more than that. You have grown so much, okay, and you have done so much work that you are more aware of yourself and how you're feeling inside and where you would like to go next. So they really want you to break out of that shell, get out of that fear of rejection. Know that everything that you go through is a learning experience, not necessarily rejection or failure, and to continue on that path, okay? Very important here. So they want you to try again. They don't want you to just give up entirely in your life, thinking that maybe, oh, well, you know, it was never meant to be. Maybe it wasn't meant to be right then, okay? If you're getting feelings of trying or wanting to try again, of wanting to go down that road, but you're being stopped by your past or your memory of past failures. Don't let the fear of that stop you, especially if you have a calling of just shaking that tail feather, wearing that unicorn horn, okay? Okay, I'm going to give up on the unicorn soon, guys. I promise. Maybe. Maybe. Either that or I'm going to buy a unicorn horn and start wearing it everywhere. I'm seriously thinking about it for Christmas. I have a family reunion and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to be wearing that. Alright, the Eight of Wands is communications. Right. So, right, the communication that came in from what was going on that we were talking about has made you fear the fact that you thought the communication that came in fast about you being spontaneous was don't do it. But like I told you, you have enough now, enough knowledge, enough insight into yourself and everything that's happened in your past to take another look at it and think that maybe at that point it really wasn't the time for you to be doing whatever you were doing. You needed to prepare in different ways. You needed to learn the lessons, gain the wisdom, whatever it might have been that you were at that point. But now it is time for you to break free. It is time to get busy, putting your ducks in a row, figuring exactly who that spontaneous, beautiful self is going to be in the days to come. I told you, all of these readings are in preparation of the alignment of the planets. I do believe it's Jupiter and Neptune. I might be wrong. I know there's Jupiter, but I'm not sure about Neptune. Anyway, Jupiter's coming in, and it's going to be time for us to really, really go into it, okay? Go full-fledged into our own power. It is time to shine your true self, the most beautiful you that you can find inside of yourself. And you know what that is. You know who that is. You may not have all the ins and outs of it yet, but you definitely know who that is, okay? So it's time to open the communications. And the communications can be with just yourself. Okay? Could just be looking inside of yourself, figuring things out. Ooh. Three of Swords, affairs of the heart. The Three of Swords is also, it is the affairs of the heart. It's seeing the truth to move on. And where do you find that truth? You find that in your heart. So it's asking you really to look at that heartache, to look at that space where you were in, and really decipher where that rejection came from, where you were in your life, why that happened. Maybe you needed to do something more at that point in time. So they really want you to look at that a little deeper, to see the truth of it, and then move on, okay? So, affairs of the heart. Yeah, who hurt you too? It's also, they're putting in, who's the one that hurt you so much to stop you from doing these things? Are these people still around? These people who tell you, why are you acting silly? Why are you doing these things? You know, nobody wants this. Maybe these people are gone now. Maybe they've passed. Maybe they're just not in your life anymore. Maybe these are relationships that are gone, but they really want you to look into that. Because these past things are what are holding you back, okay? Making you fear rejection. And you shouldn't. And you know what, Pisces, I'll tell you right away, whatever you want to be, I will never reject you. I want you to be your authentic self, okay? Of course, bearing in mind, no harm, okay? Cause no harm. And the Ace of Pentacles coming out, and the word luck really makes me feel good, because it says whatever you're planting now to become whoever you're supposed to be, it's going to bring you dividends, okay? It's great to be planting. Look at that. And wisdom by having to look. Whew, the Hermit, we had him this week as a card. Okay, so again, the card of wisdom and introspection, so beautiful. Okay, between these two, when you introspect and then you plant that seed and work on who you are meant to be, you're going to shine through and be, the best version of yourself that will even defy your own imagination is what's coming through right now. Okay? It's going to be even better than you imagined Isn't that fantastic? I can imagine some pretty awesome crap being a Pisces. I'm telling you. So if they're saying it's better than you can imagine as a Pisces, well, you know, bring out the Cinderella gown for Jane, because it's going to be really, really good. I did say I love the story of Cinderella. Maybe one day I'll show you the book that I'm talking about. I have it here somewhere. I do. All right. So Pisces, this is going to be the first of 2 readings. I do twice a day. So we're going to do the extended later on. We're going to look more into this about being yourself and shaking your tail feather, Pisces. Okay, it's time to shake the dust out of it and see what's left inside of you that can pop out and be just a beautiful, authentic self. I'm going to send you lots of love, light, and blessings, and I hope that I get to see you later on for your need read. Okay, take care.